So I'm going to use green vegetables, some tomatoes, some garlic, some chili, eggs, green pepper, and some onions. And yeah, thank you so much for clicking. We also use tomato paste. So if you're new, welcome. If you, okay, subscribe, please. So to start cooking, I have a pot with just a little cooking oil. I added my green pepper and my onions. I also added just a little bit of salt to make sure that our onions are going to soften up quickly. Because to remind you, this is supposed to be a quick, very quick dish and very delicious. Yeah, there's no need to take much time cooking this because it's just easy. So now that my onions are soft, what I'm going to do is adding my chili, and you can add more if you want to eat more, and if you don't eat it, just remove it, no need. I also added some garlic. I'm going to cook this for like between 30 to 50 seconds on low heat. So be careful because garlic can burn very quickly and very easily. So be careful. Do not cook it on high heat. So next we're adding in our tomatoes. I'm using blended tomatoes to make sure that we're going to have enough soup, and it's going to be looking so amazing. Okay, so the tomatoes, I'm going to cook them until there's no water anymore in the tomatoes. I'll be covering the pot, but make sure to be mixing in the middle to make sure the tomatoes are not going to burn or stick at the bottom of the pot. Yeah. So what I did, I also added some tomato paste, but I think I was not recording. Yeah, I lost some footage. I'm sorry for that, but I added some tomato paste. I added tomato paste when there was no more water left in the tomatoes. Yeah, so I added some tomato paste and I cooked it for like a minute on medium heat to make sure that they taste that tomato, I mean the tomato paste taste we go. Yeah, so now I'm adding in the vegetables. The vegetables doesn't really take much time to cook, and please make sure that you use any type of vegetable that you want or you like. Yeah, just make sure that it's edible. So now we're going to keep on cooking our vegetables until when they are done, or when they are cooked. You see why I like vegetables? They have now produced some water. That's why I like them. So they don't really burn that easily. When they're fresh, they will produce their own water in the pot. Sometimes you don't even have to add more water. So now what I did, I added more water to make sure that we have some soup. Yeah. This soup or sauce. Just make sure that, because we're going to add in eggs. So I want to have some soup because I want to eat this with swallow or eat it with rice, and I don't want it to be dry. So I added in hot water. That's why you can see it's now boiling. So I will now go ahead and add some spices. I added some Maggi, and I also added black pepper. Yeah. So I tested first to see if the salt is enough. It was not enough, so I added more salt. So make sure you test before you add salt. So I'm going to let my soup cook for a little bit. Then I'm going to crack my eggs and mix them very well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix, because when we add in some eggs in the pot, we're not going to mix anymore. So make sure that you pour your eggs in all sides of the pot, because you don't want your eggs to be at the same place. Yeah. After putting in your eggs, do not mix. Just cover the pot and cook on low heat. So this is after like 5 minutes. You see, I'm just like making sure that the eggs did not stick at the bottom of the pot. That's the only thing I did. So I kept on checking to see if there's still runny eggs. So okay. Now after 5 minutes, after another 4 minutes, my eggs are now cooked. Now you can go ahead and mix and make sure that all the eggs are distributed in the pot. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, that is very quick. You can eat it with rice or any swallow. Thank you. See you next time.